Hello and welcome to this Solar Plexus Manipura Chakra class in the Manifestations Miracles course. So by now you have brought your idea into fruition, you've visualised your idea, you've communicated it with the world, and you've started to build those relationships that you need to build to make your dream a reality. Now we're connecting with the solar plexus to just encourage us to get on and do what needs to be done. The solar plexus is your personal power center. The element of this chakra is fire, and I love that for this particular course because fire has the ability to burn through obstacles. Fire has the ability to transform liquid into gas, metal into liquid, wood into ash, for example. So in this particular practice, we're going to ignite our personal power center by firing it up to encourage us to just do it, to coin a famous phrase, and to encourage us to take imperfect action. Many of us can get in our own way and not take steps that are in pursuit of our dreams because we procrastinate and don't do things until they're perfect. In this class, we're going to fire up our belief that any step that we take in the direction of our dreams, no matter how imperfect, is a step worth taking. This is going to be a short but fiery and powerful class, and it will enable you to step off your mat and pursue your dreams with confidence. We are going to begin lying down on our backs. If you have a block at your disposal, then bring one. If you don't have a block, you can do the class easily without a block, or you could even use a chunky book for this particular practice. But come and begin by lying down on our backs and place your feet firmly on the earth. We're going to take the block and place it on its narrowest setting between the thighs. And first of all, just place your hands on your solar plexus, so just above your navel, and start to take your awareness there. Draw your attention inwards, and without judgment, ask yourself, how has my personal power centre been feeling of late? Have you been letting your fire dim, and does it need some stoking? Or have you perhaps been firing up the fire too much so that you're close to burning out? There's no good, there's no wrong, there's no bad. Just pay attention to yourself and take notice of where your energy is at present. Listen to the sound of your breath. Feel the sensation of the breath in the body. Feeling the abdomen rise as you inhale and deflate as you exhale. Wherever you are in your breathing cycle, blow out all the air. Keep blowing till there's nothing left and feel the belly depress. Then inhaling through the nostrils. Filling up that belly as high as you can, hold onto it briefly, and then open the mouth and exhale with a forceful sigh. Let's do that twice more, get rid of all the air. Inhale deeply in through the nostrils, blowing up the belly nice and high, hold on to the breath at the top, and then exhale out of the mouth. This time, squeeze the block a little tighter between your thighs, or a book. If you don't have anything between the thighs, just energetically work the thighs in towards one another and notice what this instantly does to your core. Press your lower back into the earth, and let's take one more round of that breath. So nice deep inhale in through the nose. Notice the difference in sensation, hold on to the breath, and exhale as the mouth forcefully with a sigh. Beautiful. Now bring the hands down by the sides of the hips, tuck the tailbone slightly, squeeze the block between the thighs and draw your navel back towards your spine, and notice how instantly you have a sense of connection and activation with the core. Now inhale the arms over the head, drawing the navel in a little tighter, and exhale, leave the arms there. Then flex the feet slightly, so come onto the heels, and then use the core to inhale and lift the knees in line with the hips. Flexing the feet, squeezing the block tightly, reaching out through the fingertips. Inhale, squeeze a little tighter, lift a little further through the fingertips, and exhale, soften, but leave everything where it is. Now inhale and lift the body forwards, arms either side of the legs as you squeeze the block together. Exhale, lower back down and take the arms over the head. Inhale, rise up, squeezing that block together. And exhale, take the arms back down. One more time, inhale, rise up. Squeezing the blocks together, using the core to lift the shoulders and the upper body away from the mat. And then exhale, lower back down. Take the arms out to the side in a T-shaped position. Flex the feet and squeeze that block. One more time. We're going to inhale. Draw the navel back towards the spine and activate the core. And then as you exhale, lower the knees over towards the right, but just to a hover. Take your gaze over to your left to increase the rotation through the core. And on your next inhale, bring the head back to centre and use the core to bring the knees back to centre, and pause there. Exhale, inhale again, squeezing the block again between the thighs to fire up the core, and then exhale, drop the knees over to the left, take the gaze over to the right, hovering the knees away from the earth to really fire up that core. Inhale, bring the knees back to centre, take the head back to centre, exhale, rest there. Nice big inhale again. Squeezing the blocks and using the navel to really press the lower back into the earth. And let's drop them one more time each side. Knees over to the right, gaze to the left. Inhale, bring the knees and the head back to centre. Pause there. As you exhale, inhale again. Fire up the core, squeeze the block, draw the navel in, and exhale. Drop the knees over to the left, gaze to the right. Beautiful. Inhale, bring the knees back to centre. Plant the feet on the earth. Release the block from between the knees, but leave it just by the side of the block because we will be using it again soon. Bring the knees into the chest. Squeeze the knees into the body and release any tension in the low back by rocking from side to side. Now we're going to come all the way forward into a tabletop position. It's up to you whether you rock and roll along the spine or whether you simply roll over onto one side and bring yourself into tabletop. But let's all meet in tabletop position. And from here, we're going to regain hold of our blocks or book or whatever and place it between the thighs on the thinnest setting. Now, if you're not using a block or a book, again, just energetically work the inner thighs towards one another by squeezing the lower abdomen and activating the core. Now let's set up nice and firmly in a tabletop position and tuck the toes, draw the navel back into the body, take a nice deep inhale, and as you exhale, lift the knees away from the earth into a hover, a slow hover, and we're going to stay here. 2 more rounds of breath, nice deep inhale, squeeze the blocks, lift the tailbone towards the ceiling, extend the gaze towards the top of the mat. 1 more breath, inhale, and then exhale, lower the knees down to the earth. Keep the block between the thighs, sit back on the toes, and lift the shoulders and lift the chest towards the ceiling. Take the hands down by the side of the hips, drop your right ear to your right shoulder, stretching out any tension that you can feel in the neck. Inhale, head back to centre. Exhale, drop the left ear to the left shoulder. Breathing into any tension you feel in the side of the neck. Beautiful. Come back into a tabletop position again. Last little sequence with this block. We're going to do the same thing as we did before. So set up consciously in tabletop. Nice deep inhale. Lift the core. Draw the navel back towards the spine. Squeeze the block. And as you exhale, lift the knees away from the earth into a hover. Lift through the tailbone. Press down into the hands. Press into the tiptoes. And let's take 3 more rounds of breath here. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, can you tighten the core a little more and soften with the exhalation. 1 more breath. Now this time inhale, and then as you exhale, lift back up into downward facing dog, squeezing that block between the thighs as you do. And know it's quite unusual to be in down dog with a block between the thighs, but you can still move freely in the pose, rising onto the tiptoes and lowering the heels back down if you wish. Press firmly into the hands and get as much space in the back body as you can manage. 1 more round of breath here. On your next inhale, lift the gaze, still squeezing that block between your thighs. Shift forwards into plank pose. Descend the heels away from the tailbone and extend through the crown of the head. 1 more breath here. Take a nice deep inhale and then exhale back to downward facing dog. Let's take 4 rounds where we inhale and flow into plank pose and exhale back to down dog. Not rushing the movement, but a nice, slow, steady pace. So inhale, come forwards into plank, squeeze that block, push the heels away from you as you press into the hands. Exhale, take it back to downward facing dog. Inhale, come forwards into plank, lifting the front body up to support you. Exhale, back to down dog. 1 more time, inhale forwards, and exhale back to down dog. And this time as you inhale, lower the knees to the earth, come into tabletop position, release the block, take it off to the side, come all the way down to child's pose. Work quite intensely into the wrists, so come onto the elbows, take some circles with the hands and release any tension that may have crept into the hands and the wrists. Take the opportunity with the hands back on the earth or still doing circles, head against the earth, take a moment of pause, a moment of reflection. One of the aspects of the solar plexus is that it is where the ego resides, and we can often take a false sense of confidence from constant busyness. So as much as it is important to fire up our personal power centre, it is equally important to stop and be still and realise that power comes from quiet spiritual reflection as well. 1 more breath here. Inhale back up into tabletop position, and we're going to take another core igniting sequence, this time in tabletop and sunbird pose. So again, set up in your tabletop nicely, spreading the fingertips wide, making sure you've got good support in the hands and the upper body. Extend your right leg long to the back of the mat. Now it's up to you whether you want to keep the toe on the earth or lift the heels so it's in line with the hips. Make sure the hips are nice and square, lifting the body away from the mat. Inhale and extend the left arm long, using the core to hold you up. And from here, inhale and reach. Exhale, bend the knee and bend the elbow, but bring the left knee on the left elbow on the outside of the right knee. Inhale, extend and reach. Exhale, cross elbow and knee. Inhale, extend and reach. Exhale, cross elbow, knee. One more time, inhale, extend and reach. Exhale, cross the elbow and knee. Now inhale, extend and reach the arms out again. Then return the left hand to the mat. Come up onto the toes of the left foot. Shift the weight ahead of your hands and bring your chin to the mat. Inhale, push back up. Exhale, chin to mat. Inhale, rise. Exhale, chin to mat. Inhale, back up to three-legged tabletop. Reactivate the core, then straighten that left leg and reach the right toes out behind you. Beautiful. Exhale, lower the right foot down to the earth and take one round of breath in downward facing dog. On the next inhale, float the knees forwards into a brief cow position before you exhale, press into the hands and come into cat. Two more rounds, inhaling into cow. Exhale, arch and round into cat. Inhale into cow. Exhale, cat. Beautiful. Come back to tabletop. Re-extend the left leg this time, toe on the floor or in the air, your choice. And then take the right arm out in front of you, softening through the shoulders, lifting through the core and seeing how light you can make yourself by lifting yourself from inside. Let's take 4 rounds of elbow and knee crossing. Inhale, extend. Exhale, elbow comes across on the outside of the knee. Inhale, extend. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, reach. How long and strong can you get? Exhale, squeeze. One more time, inhale, extend. Exhale, squeeze. Bring the right arm out in front of you, then bring it back down to the earth. Left leg remains where it is. If you're not on the toes of the right foot already, then come onto them, shift the weight over the hands and bring the chin to the earth. Rise back up. Inhale, chin to the earth. Exhale, rise back up. Inhale, chin to the earth. Exhale, rise. One more time, chin to earth. And then push yourself backwards. Tuck the toes underneath. Fire up the core and then lift up into a three-legged dog position. Beautiful. Float that left foot down to the earth and take a breath in downward facing dog. Beautiful. Lift the right leg up behind you. Take the gaze towards the top of the mat and step the right foot between the hands. Lowering the left knee down to the earth. We're going to inhale the arms up above the head, reaching out through the waist, Anjaneyasana, low lunge. Getting a little twist into the core now to wring out any dead energy. Let's inhale, lift through the fingertips. Exhale, turn towards your right leg. Right arm goes behind you, left hand goes forwards. Inhale, bring the hands back to center. Exhale, twist towards the right, reaching the arm behind you, taking your gaze back towards your right thumb. Inhale, back up to center again. One more time, twist towards the right, pressing down into that front foot. Inhale, the hands back up above the head, and then release the hands down to the mat, frame that front foot. Get some support with the back foot, and then step the right foot back to meet the left. 2 breaths in downward facing dog. Beautiful. Now inhale the left leg high, reach out through the toes, press down firmly into the right heel to get as much length in the body as you can manage. And then inhale, lift the gaze and step the right foot between the hands. Sorry, left foot, forgive me. Lower the right knee down to the earth. Anjali-asana on the other side. Inhale the arms up above the head, pushing down firmly into the legs before you lift the arms high. Exhale, twist towards the left. Left arm goes back behind you. Take your gaze towards your left thumb. Inhale, everything returns to the front, lifting through the waist. Exhale, twist and wring out any energy in that core. Inhale, back to the front. And then exhale one more time. Can you look a little further? Can you reach a little further behind you? And then inhale back to centre. Release the hands down. Frame that left foot with the hands. Plant the hands firmly. Take the left foot back to meet the right. And come into downward facing dog. And take 2 breaths there. On your next inhale, shift forwards into plank and let's hold plank position for 3 breaths. Again, descend the heels away from you. Take the tailbone towards the heels, lift through the crown of the head. Press firmly into the hands to lift the upper body towards the back body and the spine. 3 more breaths here. Exhale, slowly lower down to the earth, all the way down to the earth, and find Cobra Bhujangasana preparation. So spread the fingertips beneath the shoulders, weld the elbows back towards the ribs. Lift your right leg up, stretch it out, put it back down. Lift the left leg up, stretch it out, put it back down. Gently roll onto the outside edges of the little toes. Push the pelvis gently into the earth and lift the navel into the spine. And then from here, on your next inhale, press into the hands, lift the chin and the chest towards the front of the mat, lift up into Cobra. Exhale, flow back down. Let's take 3 more flowing rounds in that way. Inhale, rise. Exhale, lower. Inhale, rise. Exhale, lower. Final round, inhale, rise. Leading with the gaze. Exhale, lower. Beautiful. Tuck the toes. We're going to push back up into plank pose. You can come via the knees or do plank with the knees down if you prefer. But inhale, up into plank. 2 rounds of breath there. Take it back into downward facing dog. And inhale the right leg high behind you. Right leg reaches out, stretching and lengthening the entire back body. Then we're going to inhale, lift the gaze. And as we exhale, we're going to shift forward, take right knee to left elbow. Inhale, take it back. Right knee to right elbow. Inhale, take it back. Right knee into the center, squeezing, 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 and then plant that right foot between the hands. Inhale, lift up into high lunge, crescent pose. And exhale, twist towards the right thigh. Exactly the same as we did before. If you wish to put the knee back down on the earth, you can. Otherwise, come into the high lunge version. Inhale your arms back to center. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale back to center. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale the arms back to center. And now this time, listen, bring the hands down to the heart. Lean forward slightly. Left elbow on the outside of the right knee. Make a fist with your left hand and press the right hand down into the left fist to help you twist a little deeper into the pose. Beautiful. Release everything back round to the front. Reach out through the waist for a final time. Plant the hands and then take the right foot back to meet the left. 3 breaths in downward facing dog before we move on to the other side. I can and I will. I can and I will. I can and I will. Fire up your determination, fire up your confidence, fire up your willpower. Inhale that left leg up behind you, reaching out nice and long. And as you exhale, shift forward, left knee to right elbow. Inhale, take it back. Exhale, shift forward, left knee to left elbow. Inhale, return. Exhale, shift forward, left knee into the body, hoiking the knee a little higher. And then plant that left foot between the hands. Make sure you're nice and solid in the low body before you inhale and lift up into high lunge, crescent pose. Remember, you can keep the knee on the earth if that feels more right for you in your body today. Inhale, lift through the fingertips, and exhale, twist to the left. Take the gaze towards the left thumb. Inhale, arms to the front of the mat. Exhale, twist left. Inhale, arms to the front. Exhale, rotate round to the left. Inhale, bring the arms back to the front. Bring the hands down to the heart again. Then bring the right elbow on the outside of the left knee. Make a fist with the right hand and press the left hand into the fist to give you a little bit more twist through the core. Beautiful. One more breath here. Then inhale everything round to the front. Plant the hands either side of the left foot. Take the left foot to the back of the mat and let's shift forward into plank and just take a final vinyasa. Exhale, lower all the way down to the earth. Inhale up into cobra. Exhale, stay there. 2 more rounds of breath, inhale. Exhale, soften the shoulders, release any tension from the face. 1 more breath. Exhale, lower all the way back down to the earth. Inhale, push back via the knees, all the way into child's pose. Widen the knees slightly and bring the hands down to the earth and the head to the earth. As much as it's super important to be able to fire up our personal power centre, it is equally important to be able to retreat, regroup, stop, soften and rest whenever necessary. On your next inhale, lift the gaze, walk the hands back towards the knees and swing the legs out in front of you and come into a seated position. We're going to do one tiny little bit more of hard work before we come to lie down on our backs and rests. So we're going to come into Navasana, boat pose. Find your sit bones. If like me, you can move your fleshy part of your buttocks out of the way. Come onto your sit bones and lift through the low back. Extend the legs out in front of you. You can flex the feet or point the feet, whichever is most comfortable for you. You can take your arms by the side. You can bring the legs up if you wish. We're going to hold boat just for 5 rounds of breath, whichever version you're taking. Release any tension in your mind. Say, I can and I will. I choose to, I get to. I can and I will, just watch me. Exhale, release the feet down to the earth. Drape the arms around the legs. Let the head fall inwards. You've worked very, very hard. 2 breaths there. Appreciating yourself, celebrating your efforts. An important part of being able to keep going is acknowledging what you've already done. We spend so much time worrying about what we've got to do and not enough time giving ourselves praise and credit for what we've already achieved. And these things are vital when we're building our self-esteem. Lower all the way down to the earth, arms out to the side, finishing in the similar way to which we began. Drop the knees all the way over to the right, this time without a block or any tension. Just let them completely collapse. Take your gaze over to the left. You can bring the knees together and go a little higher with them if you wish, to really twist into the core, and bring the right hand on top of the left knee. Allow the core to relax completely. Release any resistance that you might have about your own ability, your own determination, your own strength. Any doubt that remains, breathe it out and release it with each exhalation. Beautiful. Release the right hand from the top of the left knee if it's there. Bring the knees all the way back to centre. Bring them both together and then drop the knees over to the left, lifting the knees high up enough so that you can feel a good amount of twist and or ringing out in your core for you today. Left hand onto the right knee if it feels comfortable. Gaze over to the right. Again, any self-doubt, negative self-talk, any chatter that gets in the way of you believing in your own personal abilities, use this as an opportunity to let them go. Wonderful. Roll yourself back to centre and then come up to a seated position, and we're just going to finish with 5 rounds of a super simple breath practice. So hands on top of Manipura, the solar plexus chakra, so just above the navel, shoulders nice and low. We're going to simply inhale in through the nose, taking in fire and confidence. Hold on to the breath for as long as you can. Hold it, hold it, hold it without tension, and then exhale, release out of the mouth. And we're releasing self-doubt and anything that we usually rely on to get in our own way, whether that's procrastination, excuses. We're getting rid of it as we exhale. So nice big inhale. Hold on to the breath. Smile, release tension in the face, and then exhale out of the mouth. 2 more rounds. Hold on to it for as long as feels comfortable to you. Soften down in those shoulders, and then exhale, release out the mouth. Final round. Exhale, release. Bring the hands together in prayer in front of the heart. The unlimited potential and confidence in me loves, honours and respects the unlimited potential and confidence in you. Namaste. Now I sincerely hope that you feel fired up and ready to go and take some action, any action, no matter how small, in pursuit of the life that you desire. If you have not completed your solar plexus chapter of the Manifestation Miracles course, now is the perfect time. Go and do it. Go and set yourself some SMART goals. You can. I've got every faith in you. Namaste. Bye-bye.